snap it.
Let's talk about the presidential debate.
Here we go.
Oh my
Here we
goodness.
go.
So I hated researching this. I didn't actually. I actually hated that I had to research it, but I found it more interesting the more I researched it.
Mm.
So, did anyone watch any of this besides me?
Nah, I just listened to a little
I
bit.
watched 10-15 minutes of it
Nice. So,
towards the end.
Trump, right?
Mm.
He's gonna blow up the world or something.
Probably.
That's what people's fears are.
Mm.
But the people who support him love how decisive he is.
Mhm.
They love how brash he is.
Mhm.
Which, in their defense, I like how brash he is.
Yeah.
He's not a politician. He
No.
says things. But the problem with what he says is so much of it is either conjecture, not true, or just super spiteful.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, here's a few facts about the presidential debate.
Tell us.
I don't want to talk too much
Lay it
about
down.
this because I friggin' hate the guy. And I don't want to give him too much of a platform, even though, like, we're not famous or anything. We'll get there.
Hey,
We are
YouTube.
famous.
Subscribe.
subscribe to my YouTube
iTunes, give us a
channel.
review. We've plateaued on the reviews because I've stopped forcing my friends to do it.
Okay.
So we need some other people to do it. Some actual real reviews. But yeah, the others were real. I was just coaching them through it.
Coaching.
And we're on Facebook too. I figured out the device we need to go to Facebook. I just need to buy it.
Okay.
We need a device?
Yeah. No. Well, we need a device so that
Isn't it a device?
so that we can go to the computer and so that we can record to this as well separately. Because the way we had it, it was very risky with the recording.
Elon Musk
Musk. Elon's
probably
Musk.
has invented Musk.
Yeah.
To,
So, did you guys know
Tell me.
Hillary Clinton
mm-hmm.
and Donald Trump, indigestion, they're both over 60.
What?
Trump
68?
Trump is 70.
No.
Is
he?
Yeah, Trump is 70 and
No way.
Clinton 68.
When I found that out, I was like, I don't want either of them to be.
Yeah. They're gonna die.
Barack Obama's done 2 terms and he's 55.
Really?
He must have been just over the age limit, eh? Because
The
Yeah,
limit's
he's gotta
40.
be 45.
45.
I thought it was 40.
Wow,
Come on, bro.
really?
45.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to be 45 and American, which ties into another thing about Trump. Is this was one of Clinton's main things against him,
He's not American.
which he's kind of given up on. No, Trump is American.
Okay.
He started his political career on a racist lie,
Mm.
which, think about that. How can he do that? How can anyone do that? The first black president, he says, "You're not born in America."
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, whatever context you put that in, that sounds kind of racist, right?
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't give up on it. And his reasoning was, I feel like no one was talking about it. And it's like, yeah, because it's a crazy claim. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
America's pretty corrupt, but they're not that corrupt to not put an American in, like, they're not changing their gun laws when their guns are killing everyone, as if
Yeah.
they're not going to put an American
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the top job.
Why would he claim that? Like, it's such an easy fact to prove.
It's clickbait, I think. His whole campaign is clickbait that doesn't make sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
When you, like, it doesn't hold water. So another statement that he said that's just, like, super wrong but quite funny is he's like, I don't broadcast my plans for how we're going to fight ISIS because I don't want them to know. You broadcast your plans about fighting ISIS, and that's why you've been fighting ISIS your whole life, which ISIS was created 2 years ago.
Yeah.
For those who didn't know.
Yeah.
Formed out of a vacuum through troops from Joran, creates this open space of evil.
Wow.
That got deep.
That was incredible. She was a vacuum.
Yeah, and then he talked about that he didn't support the Iraq invasion, which the actual debater, when he said that, debater's like, that's not true, Donald. He didn't say it like that. He said it in a more debatey way.
Mm.
Yeah, well.
But like when your opponent doesn't say it like the actual guy at the fact check is like,
Yeah.
that's not true. It's just like, this guy's crazy. And
Yeah.
Clinton did it really smart. I don't actually like her that much. It sounds like I do.
Mm.
Yeah.
But she did the smart thing in that every time he talked, she would just go, are you listening to this guy?
Mm.
That was like her response was, like, I almost don't need to argue against this guy. And, oh, this one's funny. not funny. It's actually terrible. Were you gonna say something?
No.
One of his statements during the thing was, "She doesn't look like a president."
Ah,
Yes.
In an
I heard
argument
that was
between
so
I did hear
funny.
the conjecture
Yeah.
after that.
Oh
yeah.
my
Let
gosh.
me conjecture to you. In an argument between a man and a lady, when the man says you don't look like a president, what does that say to you?
Well, you're basing it on looks and not performance and past experience. I think.
He's basically
You're-
saying women don't look like presidents.
Well, that's what I heard in the radio. Like, he was insinuating.
It's really hard to defend him on this one.
Yeah, it
Because
is very hard.
It's sexist definitely, but it could be 4 different kinds of sexism. So it could be women are only important for their looks. That's one layer of sexism down. It could be women have never been presidents. They shouldn't be presidents. That's another layer of sexism down. There's I had another one. It's important what women look like to be president.
Yes.
That's another one, and I can't remember the last one. But it's like, no matter how you look at it, you can't really defend him in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on the back of that, they were having shots about, are you fit to be president? Like, and it seemed like physically fit.
Because
they're
of what
both-
happened to Clinton, where she went out for a
And
day
she
or
got
two
sick
because she
and-
got sick. She
Yes.
was burnt out, and so he was then judging her physical performance.
Yes.
Well, you can't take it. You can't take the heat.
Yeah.
You can't take the pressure that it requires to run not just the country but the leading country in the
For
world.
the free world.
Which,
Go on. Oh yeah, that's like and is that a fair call to say against your opponent who's a woman? It creates this different because when Barack Obama was going for presidency, he was up against John McCain, if I'm correct.
That's right.
yeah,
And so he was fighting another male. So it's a different boxing ring when you've got a woman in there, and so you have to watch what you say because it is going to come out sexist, and maybe he is. I don't know, but
Well, yeah, I don't
the
think
boxing
Trump cares
ring is
about that.
different to what it was 8 years ago. So
That whole fitness thing, and Hillary's fans came back with the sniffling song.
I forgot about
The
that.
best response.
Who's fit now?
It's like a sniff remix, right?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It wasn't a sniff. It was like when she said something biting, he would be like. So it's not,
Yeah.
what's the word for that? Like a retort? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a brush off through the nose.
It was incredible.
it's like a dog when they're just sniffing around the house.
Which an argument about like physical things between two 70-year-olds
Oh,
is like
he was. It seemed like Trump was clutching at straws. Like he's like, I'm losing. I've got no hope.
It's
like because I say from a political standpoint, I'm not into politics. I should be, but from a political standpoint, they say Clinton won the debate, like from a debating standpoint.
yeah, everyone seems to think.
Yes, but
Yeah.
then Trump just Trump's Trump.
But then a lot of people are also saying that the debate doesn't actually affect anything.
It doesn't.
Well, I mean, look at it this way:
It's
you can
fans.
lose a debate, but still make people want to vote for you.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
That's
not
right.
about winning or losing the debate. And
Yeah.
it's
And-
crazy, man. Like the number of people that I know that I thought I don't want to come off as like pretentious, but people that I thought would be smarter, like who actually support Trump and like seem to think that everything he says is right, and
Yeah.
it just makes you go, what? Like how?
Yeah.
It's
And see,
unbelievable.
It's Pauline Hanson all over again.
yeah, but see, they suit and they sweeten the ears of people who are fed up again of certain things in their country. And I was just listening on the radio. A lot of the bankers on Wall Street, and within that, I guess, industry of finance, they're hoping and believing that Trump's going to win
Because he'll take all the tax off.
because the economy, it will spur the economy on more than ever. And they believe that he's going to win. They believe that he has the advantage and that the American people want to go in that direction.
There's so many people that want
But,
him to win.
I honestly think you can't call it.
Yeah, I can't call it. I still can't call it. And I'm not for either or. And I don't want to judge
We're all
that.
Australian,
Yeah,
except Ryan. He's
I'm-
Australian, but no Australian.
I'm definitely
Yes.
not Australian.
Definitely.
We all live in
There's,
Australia.
Yes.
there's two immigrants here.
I'm a citizen now.
Are you?
But-
I say
yeah.
you are Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're very
I'm
multicultural.
I'm
We haven't
but-
had an Argentinian on before. We
Yeah.
haven't had a South African on before. Crazy.
There you go.
We do this. We big.
We're united.
International.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens if Trump wins.
I'm not.
No?
What's
I'm scared.
Actually, when I was getting my haircut in America, in a small town called Grand Junction, my hairdresser was Mexican.
Right.
shut up?
Yeah. And so he
Si,
said to
senor,
me,
si.
and he stopped the whole salon because we're in like a proper. They're all Mexican barbers except
Yeah.
for one, the owner who was from Honduras or something.
Honduras.
He said to me, I said, and I made everyone stop and look at me. I go, what happens if Trump wins?
Yeah.
The barber said to me, well, he's made certain claims against us Mexicans, and I don't have a gun, but if he becomes the president, I'm going to buy a gun. And I'm like,
Wow.
that's a big call, mate.
Yeah.
Like that you,
Because of the wall thing, right?
because of the war thing, because of certain comments towards the Mexican people as a nation.
But he also says Mexicans love him.
Yeah. So
I don't think they do.
certain people have already made up their mind, 2 years ago. Others, I think, there's still a number of people within America who haven't made up their mind as to who they're going to vote, which they call them the swing voters or the young voters, the first-time voters.
That's the big problem is he's so easy to vote for in the way that Hillary's not too attractive either, and I don't mean that in a physical way. I
No,
mean that
totally.
Yeah.
in a vote way.
Is there, like, logistically, is there no other option? Do you only get 2 choices?
There's another one, but it's like throwing your water down the drain.
But if everyone voted for this guy,
Well, then he'd win.
then he
Yeah,
would
sure.
win, right?
What would be interesting?
That's how voting works.
Like,
Yes.
America's so party split.
But that, I
Yes.
mean, that's also like sort of created. Like, I mean, they have a presidential debate,
Yeah.
and there's only 2 people on there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
it's split into 2 because it's been cultivated that way, where people want you to think it's blue versus red. It's one team
Yeah.
versus the other.
Mm.
Whereas I think people need to realize that it's not the case, and it only takes people to actually realize that you do have a choice of what you can vote for. It doesn't have to be between the 2 idiots.
Mm.
So
I think people need to understand, or especially in America, where they have the right to vote and they have the right to make a say on what determines their country and where their country goes. Because obviously in Australia, we have the last election, there are 15 million people registered to vote because of the adults and obviously adolescents and stuff like that. So 15 million people voted, and if you don't vote, you get fined.
yeah,
In America, it's not compulsory to vote.
that's right.
And so the percentage of voters or people that are going out there to vote is very low with the ratio. They've got a country with more than 300 million people, but I think the ratio is less than 30%, maybe, or less than 40% are actually going to vote
Wow,
for the presidency. So
that's really low.
Sure.
Yeah.
interesting stats.
My final thoughts on this, because we've got to move on.
Mm-hmm.
This is another big topic, but it's really sad that he taps into the racist demographic,
Yeah.
which unfortunately is pretty huge, especially with America being such a huge country
Yeah.
and having such of the historical factor of racism,
Mm.
and especially with there's a lot of fear going about with all the Black Lives Matter stuff,
Yeah.
which. And he also taps into the sexist demographic,
Mm.
which unfortunately is probably even bigger than the racist demographic
Yeah.
of guys who wouldn't want a president that's a female,
Yeah.
which like so many other countries have already done that.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they haven't had it yet.
Yeah.
But hopefully he overcomes that. Hopefully there's the only thing I can think of that's good about how crazy he is that there's going to be people who vote specifically to not make him president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
Which is rare to
yeah.
have that. Like it's yeah.
Do you reckon more people will vote just to vote against him?
Hopefully, but we've got to move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just leave you with that one.
Dave,
Yes.
China, what's happening?
China. Well, China has announced that they have finished and completed the largest radio telescope in the world.
Bro,
Right.
how much, bro?
How much? For 240 million Australian dollars.
Wow.
So it kind of puts it into comparison with Elon Musk.
Does it have
China.
chrome on it?
No, stainless steel,
Stainless.
aluminium.
It's
Now,
huge.
you want some of the stats?
Bro,
Tell me the
Yeah.
stats.
Hit
Some
me
of the
hard.
stats.
Tell us off your
It is
menu.
actually called FAST.
It's called for
It's called FAST.
The dish is called that.
Great
It's
name.
called the 500 meter aperture symmetrical telescope.
Oh, it's an
Yeah.
acronym, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
Is that like Apache? Like
Apache helicopters or
no, it's actually aperture.
oh, aperture?
Look it up online.
Like the camera?
Like the
thing,
camera.
aperture?
Aperture means
aperture.
like a basin or like a
Yeah.
something in
Ah.
the
You know, photographer.
yeah, kind of like that. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, it's in the
Yeah, yeah,
province.
yeah. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's in the Dawa Dong Depression.
Did you say dong?
Dawa Dang. Sorry.
Oh,
Dang.
did you
The
say
Dawa-
dang?
The Dawa Dang Depression. It's in a
Ding
valley.
dong.
This
Okay.
whole region is mountainous.
Who's depressed?
And actually, the region reminds me of that movie with the blue people. What are those blue people?
Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah,
Avatar.
right.
Abattoir.
There you go.
What's
It's in
abattoir?
the Pingtang County of the Yuzhou province in China. Okay.
Wow.
These
Now-
names are so funny.
This
were the
province, which is like New South Wales, has 34 million people.
Wow.
That's like bigger than Australia, right?
You're
It's
not
way
wrong.
bigger than Australia.
And it's actually China's smallest province.
Oh my
Shut
god.
up.
No, I'm kidding.
Nah, it's in the top 15.
Probably is.
provinces.
Is it like 20 meters squared? How big?
Yeah.
Oh
I'll give you the stats. Now,
People just standing on top of
in
each
that
other.
little valley, it's about 500 meters, that valley, in terms of...
The depression.
The depression. No, crosswise it's about 500 meters,
That's
right?
big.
There was 64 people living in that little valley.
Right.
They
Right.
moved them out, gave them $2,000 each.
Nice.
Nice.
That sucks, actually.
Within a 5-kilometer radius,
$2,000.
there was 9,000 people. Kicked them out, all gone, $2,000 each. Because
Which-
they don't want any interference.
Wow.
Because
With
it's communism, they can do whatever they want, right?
100%.
They do whatever the heck they
So
want.
they got
Yeah.
rid of them to build this. They built a 7-kilometer highway just to get to that point to bring in construction.
Jeez. They don't mess
Man,
around.
when did they
do
start?
When did it start?
Last year.
2007,
Shivers.
they
Wow.
finished obviously on the
9
25th of
years.
September. Became operational last week. It weighs over 900 tons, the whole structure, right?
Crazy.
It is the size of 30 football fields.
That's big.
Wait, so you said it's 500 meters wide.
It's
right?
like a 500
So it's
meter
just
wide.
heaps deep.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
actually it is actually about 400 meters across, but in terms of surface area, going
Yes.
from one down the bowl to the other,
Mm.
that's 500 meters. Because
Right.
obviously it bends. There's
Yeah.
Can you ride a skateboard in it?
I'm coming to that
Okay.
point. in a second.
Oh my gosh, that'd be incredible.
There is
I'm
4,450 movable panels, right? It's obviously it's a 300 meter diameter from the one side to the other.
Yeah.
Now, it can scan
huge, a
an
big
area
satellite dish.
of the universe 70,000 square meters. Now, the one before that, the biggest telescope, was in Puerto Rico. It could scan, I think it was about 30 to 35,000 square meters. So
Doubled
it's
it.
double the
Wow.
scan area and receptive area, right? It will actually take 3 years to fully calibrate because it requires hundreds of people to operate it at one single time.
My
Which is
goodness.
quite
They're talking about 10,000 people to build it.
Yeah,
Like,
it took a long
employees,
time. and
yeah.
a lot
Well,
of
you
people
know what
to build it.
China's
It's like
got?
a drop in the bucket in China. Right?
Yeah.
It
Aye.
will collect
One-
every year. Now,
one
this is something
household.
I need your help on, guys. 3 petabytes of data yearly.
Wow.
What's a petabyte?
That's a lot of gigs.
That's like 30,000.
I'm pretty sure petabyte is 1,000 terabytes, and a terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes.
There you go.
There we go.
So that's a million gigabytes.
So it's 1,000 times 1,000, which is 1,000,000 times 1,000.
Oh,
In
A
its
billion.
first
I think it's 1,000,000,000 gigs.
in its first test run, it
imagine
received a pulse from 1,350 light years away.
Aliens?
We don't know.
that. Well, that's
Could be.
the
Whoa.
speculation.
What are aliens talk
What do you
with? I
mean?
do
So,
they-
What do you
do
mean
they
a
even
pulse?
talk?
Their
So-
vision is to receive transmissions from outer space, and so basically it's this valley, and it can actually move. These panels can move,
Mm.
and they can kind of.
Wow.
My hands don't do it justice. Go online and watch it, and it can go a certain point direction that it can receive this information
Yeah.
because they believe there's alien life out there.
Well, that's Elon Musk funded.
No,
I'm kidding.
it's totally.
The first message they're
Made
going
in
to receive.
China funded, mate. Look on
Oh.
the back
The
of your
government.
shirts. This is where the
Made
money's
in
going.
China.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Now, they want to go to Mars. They don't want to go to Mars. China's vision is to go to the moon. How funny is that?
That's weird.
They've already sent a spacecraft to circle the Earth. Their mission is to go to the moon in 2020 and then send a manned mission in 2025. So that's their actual vision, and so this helps part of it because they want to research and become, at the forefront of space research, which kind of clashes with the Elon Musk stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
It's a strange time because it's so coincidental that this space dish is right when Elon Musk
Yeah,
is saying
it's
this.
almost like there's a new space race,
Yeah,
which
it's
is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. So
video game movie territory.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
because NASA and Russia kind of cooperate, whereas China's kind of going, well, we want to do our own thing
Yeah.
and we want to make it personal. And this is part of the reason why we built it.
yeah.
We believe there's life out there. There's obviously been help from other, institutions across the world, but it's quite interesting that China has done that.
It's-
Yeah,
It
go.
seems like if anything, Russia's kind of falling behind, which that's not based on any fact.
No.
But you don't seem to hear anything about Russia since that whole Russell. I was gonna say Russell Brand, but
Russell Crowe.
No, the Virgin guy.
Russell.
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson.
We call it
Russell.
Rusty
Because he was
Russell.
doing the thing in Russia, right, with the space stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And even Elon Musk, when he started, had to get stuff from Russia, and they like laughed him out of the country.
Mm.
So it's interesting because you would have thought Russia would be the top contender with this one, which
Yeah.
I guess they're probably still I don't know, third.
I think they got distracted with war
Oh yeah,
Ukraine.
Syria.
Ukraine distracted.
and Syria
Syria.
getting
Yeah,
too
yeah,
involved with that.
But
But
I guess
crazy.
The funny side is, when you think about what they've designed, it's this big dish, it's this big round
Massive.
thing. You know what people have nicknamed it now? And it's
What?
annoyed the Chinese. The biggest wok in the world.
It looks like it.
I'm not even joking. Go online and have a look.
That's awesome.
It's actually
It
the
looks
biggest
exactly like a
wok
big wok.
in the world.
I love
That's-
that. I love that they just have a massive breakthrough.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's a wok.
I can just
From
picture the stir fry.
They said
Yeah.
you can fill the whole thing with rice, and everyone in the world could have one bowl each. This is true. I'm not even kidding you. Tony Hawk come out last week. going, I want to ride this baby, man. This is the biggest skate bowl in the world.
Yeah, it has to be smooth.
Do you know what I mean? People want to use
Wow.
it for other things now
Panels.
instead of telescoping aliens.
Yeah.
Like,
We want to skate
Oh,
it.
Red
man.
Bull.
what's that? Yeah, Red Bull wants
Yeah.
to do like an Aussie jump. They'll get that Aussie guy to do a jump in it
And land.
and land back in it. You
in
know,
Hong
stuff
Kong.
like
No,
this.
he'd land in Hong Kong.
You probably land on the moon.
Taiwan, South China Sea, man.
Anyway, we only got 4 topics through because we're about to hit an hour. Do you want
That's
to
right.
30 seconds on the NRL finals?
Okay, well, let's just do the tips.
Okay.
NRL final, Cowboys Storm or Sharks?
Sharkies for life.
Sharks.
Sharks.
Definitely Sharks.
Okay,
Wow.
AFL Grand Finals also on Saturday.
Ooh,
Sydney Swans or Geelong?
Swans for
Western
sure.
Bulldogs.
Swans.
Giants.
Oh.
They're not
They
in.
don't really know.
Swans, I guess.
Swans.
Default.
Swans.
Swans, yeah.
Yeah, look, it's as everyone's just said, it's an underdog final. So we'll see who gets it.
Crazy.
Saturday and Sunday. Saturday AFL, Sunday.
Great topic. I feel. John, are you there? Ah,
No.
I thought I heard him come in.
Yes.
But I was going to get him to come say hi. But I don't think he's here. So hopefully
That's
no
okay.
one's broken into the house.
That wouldn't be good.
No, it's an old house. It's got an old soul. It's got bones. It makes sounds every once in a while.
It's a lot.
It's a beautiful
It's
house.
breezy.
It's got character,
It's,
it's-
which these new homes don't have.
yeah.
It's amazing.
It's not
And
synthetic.
anyway, this has been a really fun episode.
It's
Mm.
been
You guys have
jam-packed.
been great.
Very important.
Sorry we didn't get more time for your topic, Ryan.
It's fine. I enjoyed it.
Subscribe everywhere. Like us on
Please.
Facebook. The episode will be out tomorrow.
Yes.
We love you and see you later.